this chapter, witness a miracle that shows the divine power of Sripada Sri Vallabha. When a mighty wrestler tried to show his strength, it was the faith of a humble devotee and the blessings of Sripada that changed everything. Stay with us to see how divine grace triumphs over ego and power. Chapter 12, Story of Kula Sekhara. As Sripada Srivallabha explained many new things clearly, and as I started understanding, I found that I was getting confidence. Sripada Srivallabha began to narrate in this manner. Sripada Sri Vallabha is actually Sri Venkateswara Swami himself. At the end of Kali Yuga, Sripada Sri Vallabha will come again in the incarnation Kalki. Brahmins generally say that Kali Yuga runs for 432,000 years. But according to Sandra Sindhu Veda, after a lapse of 5,000 years in Kali Yuga, a common deluge takes place and Satya Yuga will be established. There was no end to my astonishment. What Srivallabha was saying ran quite contrary to what I heard from the Brahmins. The relationship between breath and longevity. Sripada Srivallabha answered by saying, "My dear Shankar Bhatt, in the Kali Yuga, the sub-period of Kali ends after 5,000 years. After that, there will be a transitory period. Then in Kali Yuga, the sub-period of Satya Yuga will start. Even though the total length of Kali Yuga is 432,000 years, there are sub-periods, subtle periods, and other fractional periods in it. This is well understood by those who know Yoga Sastra. Suppose God Brahma decided 120 years as the lifespan of a certain individual. It does not mean that he will physically live for 120 years. It only means that he is given a period equal to the span of time during which one can inhale and exhale air in a normal state in 120 years. People with an unstable mind, angry people, those who rush to do things, those who live daily with sorrow, those with bad tendencies, will spend away their life breaths in a short time. The giant tortoise, which takes a smaller number of breaths, lives for 300 years. The monkey, which has an exceedingly unstable nature, dies within a short period. The correct anatomical structure must be in place for the proper inhalation and exhalation. Yogis inhale air, retain it, and circulate it inside the organs of the body. By this, many breaths are saved, and they live for a long period. The life cells in the body of men are currently undergoing an evolutionary process. The result of devoted reading of Sripada Charitamrutam, the parts of the body of today are not the same as they were 10 years ago. New life cells are generated in place of the old life cells. In the same way, the life force undergoes many changes. Life-giving new life force gets generated, and life force is destroyed when ill or old. In the same way, the mental power also undergoes many changes. Old ideas change or get destroyed, and new ideas crop up. The mental power that is newly born has the capacity to attract divine power and divine grace. Through this, the mind is purified, the life force is purified, and the body is also purified. Books like Sripada Sri Vallabha Charitamrutam. Forces of Siddha and Yoga internally exist in every letter of Sripada Sri Vallabha Charitamrutam. If such a book is read mentally or vocally, or by the coordination of the mind and voice, the divine mental consciousness of Sripada would be attracted towards that direction. All vibrations related to the physical, vital, and mental illnesses, as well as the troubles and difficulties of the devotees who have made a devoted study of this book, reach the mental consciousness of Sripada. There they will get purified and return to the aspirant with vibrations filled with grace of the divine. Under such circumstances, an aspirant derives comforts of this and the other worlds. The result of offering food to good people, after a devoted reading of the book, food should be offered to at least 11 good people. Or an amount of money equivalent to that expenditure should be arranged for utilization in Datta kestras. Then only the complete fruits of the devoted reading will be obtained. The devotee would get longevity by offering food to good people. It means that the quantity of food sufficient for him for some more years will be generated in an imperceptible manner for the devotee. Not only that, when the good people that are offered food are satisfied, the vibrations of gratification and yoga relating to peace, strength, satisfaction, and wealth would emanate from the imperceptible. In the course of time, the seeds thus originated will flourish as great trees. Sri Krishna, who simply accepted 1 grain of boiled rice from Mother Draupadi, could provide ample food to sage Durvasa and his 10,000 disciples. Therefore, it should be understood that all that is offered to Sri Guru with devotion and care will remain in the imperceptible regions in a seed form. In the course of time, Those seed forms will grant all the necessary comforts and wealth to the aspirant. Once Sri Krishna and Sudama went to the forest to collect sacred grass. As Sri Krishna was tired, he slept on the lap of Sudama. Sudama was eating the flattened rice brought from the ashram without the knowledge of Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna, who feigned sleep, woke up and said, "Sudama, I am hungry. Did not the wife of our guru give food to us to assuage our hunger while coming from the house?" Sudama replied in the negative. Krishna again said, "It appears you are munching something." Sudama said, "Nothing, I am only reciting Vishnu Sahasranama." Krishna again said, "Oh, is it so? I got a dream that the wife of our guru gave flattened rice for both of us, and that you are eating alone without giving to me." Then Sudama said, "Sri Krishna, you are tired. That too, this is daytime. Scriptures say that daydreams will have no effect." Sri Krishna laughed and kept quiet. After some time, Sudama became Kuchela and became very poor. He recited Vishnu Sahasranama many times, praying for the redressal of his grievances. At last, he received the mercy of Sri Krishna. He accepted flattened rice from Kuchela and granted him abundant wealth. As Kuchela kept Sri Krishna's head in his lap when tired, Sri Krishna made Kuchela lie on the bed made with soft feathers of swan and pressed his feet. The mysterious principle of karma is thus enlightened by the Lord. Wrecking the pride of a wrestler, when Sripada was 4 years old, a Malayali wrestler who learnt a secret art called Marmakala came to Pithikapuram. His name was Kula Sekhara. The life centers controlling several parts of our body are called marmas. If the marmas are touched or hit upon, a person can be rendered unconscious, or any part of the body can be immobilized and physical disability can be brought about. This art should be used to cure people suffering in those centers or to prevent symptoms of diseases. Besides this martial art, some special marmas are called adangals. The marma treatment is the medical art that teaches how to treat issues with adangal marmas. Susruta is the ancient physician who first revealed this science to the world. This art focuses on the 12 extremely dangerous marma centers that exist. These arts are to be learnt from a guru and should be used only for the welfare of the world. Life force abounds in these marma centers. By exerting terrible pressure on them, or by striking on them, the life of a person can be endangered. By exerting pressure on certain points, not only one can be rescued from danger to life, but various kinds of chronic diseases can also be cured. Kula Sekhara was a devotee of the Lord of the Seven Hills. He was defeating all wrestlers in all kingdoms and was receiving victory flags. He came to Pithikapuram in due of time. There were wrestlers in Pithikapuram as well. They all assembled and concluded that they would certainly receive a death blow in the hands of Kula Sekhara, and that the prestige of their town wrestlers would be destroyed. It is well known that sages have many strange powers. People who know say that Sripada Sri Vallabha is an incarnation of Sri Dattatreya. They wanted to seek his refuge to solve this difficult problem. At that time, Sripada was in the house of Sri Narasimha Varma. Sri Narasimha Varma got a silver lace turban specially prepared for Sripada. It was his habit to adorn Sripada with the silver lace turban and take Sripada along with him in the horse carriage while visiting his estate lands for supervision. One day, when the turban was about to be worn, Sripada asked Sri Narasimha Varma to wait for some time. In the meantime, the wrestlers of Pithikapuram came there. They sought the refuge of Sripada. Sripada gave them assurance. In Pithikapuram, there lived a hunchback named Bhima. His body was extremely twisted. Moreover, he was weak. Sri Narasimha Varma used to pay him a salary by using his services, even though he could not do any work. Bhima had boundless love, affection, and an unfaltering faith towards Sripada. He often requested Sripada to rectify his hunchback. Sripada used to tell Bhima that he would set it straight at the appropriate time. Sripada said, "Why should we fear that wrestler? We have Bhima. He can face Kula Sekhara. When a person like Bhima is behind us, why should we fear? The ways of Datta are very strange and queer." The citizens of Pithikapuram wondered at the selection of Bhima for fighting with Kula Sekhara. Some people thought that either Bhima would die in the fight, or that the divinity of Sripada would come to light. A wrestling ring was arranged in the vicinity of the koteswara temple. Many people came there to witness the entertainment. The duels started. The body of Bhima was getting strengthened with every blow that was dealt by Kula Sekhara. Kula Sekhara was receiving blows in those areas upon which he struck Bhima. Kula Sekhara became weak. Bhima's hunchback was set right, and he also became a very strong person. Kula Sekhara prostrated at the feet of Sripada. Sripada said, "Kula Sekhara, there are 108 marmas in the human body. You had complete knowledge about them. But Bhima completely relied on me. He had the knowledge that I am his protector. Is your knowledge great or his knowledge great? You swayed with arrogance. I enjoy divine entertainment. I am the law, and I am the enforcer who can impose varieties of punishment. From today on, I am passing the weakness of Bhima on to you. May you live as a weakling. However, you will live without any paucity of food and clothing. Let Bhima take all the life force from your body and remain as a sturdy person. I am the strongest living being in the world. Am I not there in Tirupati? While seeking my protection, you misuse this art of marma. Therefore, I am withdrawing this art of marmas from you." Sripada granted vision as Sripadmavati Venkateshwara for a moment and gratified him. The divine acts of Sripada are incomprehensible and unthinkable. Obtaining his grace is the only proper way for us. Thus concluded Subhaya Shreshti. Thank you for listening to the end. You can also check out our playlist, which will provide you with all the stories, chapter by chapter. Please share it with your family and friends, so that the biography of Sripada Sri Vallabha can reach as many people as possible. See you in the next chapter. Until then, take care.